have acting royalty in the house today. You know, so there are certain sort of films that you go watch because you're interested with the script and the cast and all that. Here, it was just this. I'm looking at this and I'm going, there's so much you can learn. Anupam sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, my friend. Thank
Boman
you.
sir, thank you so much for joining us. It really is always a pleasure to meet people like you all who have done this is Everest is for you, sir. You've climbed Everest 3 times over in the Bollywood industry, and now you're learning how to walk to base camp. So how was this as an experience currently also in this world that we're living in, which is to get a hit film has become Everest.
Thank you for saying wonderful things about us, first of all. But none of us, both of us, don't take ourselves so seriously. I think we are just doing our job. And I'm not saying with humility and things like that. I understand that we are the powerhouse of performance. We are.
Which is you are.
Yeah. But this has been a very humbling experience on both levels. As a person, I was going through a stage where people start calling you Uncle Ji and veteran, thespian, legend, and lifetime achievement
that
award.
legend is a problem, na? Lifetime achievement.
हाँ, because that is no, they are not actually meaning it. They are saying आपने बहुत काम कर लिया, अब आपको lifetime achievement देते हैं, अब आप जाइए. But और उस तरफ फिर सूरज जी ये कहानी लेकर आए जहाँ पर 3 हमारी एज के लोग जो हैं वो किला फतह करते हैं जो कभी उन्होंने सोचा भी नहीं था. एंड मेरा और बमन का कैरेक्टर तो बड़ा ऑर्डिनरी कैरेक्टर है. अमित जी तो फिर भी एक सेलिब्रिटी प्ले करते हैं, वॉट एवर दैट कैरेक्टराइजेशन इज़. बट ये एक लेडीज़ गारमेंट की दुकान चलाते हैं और मैं एक पुरानी किताबों की दुकान चलाता हूँ. और हमको बोला जाता है कि दोस्त की खातिर हमको ये सब करना है. आई थिंक दैट वॉज अ वेरी वेरी फैसिनेटिंग एस्पेक्ट टू सॉर्ट ऑफ अचीव. And to be directed by for a film like this about hope, about compassion, about courage, and about friendship by somebody called Sooraj Barjatya, that is the ultimate thing that you can ask for.
Is this his comfort zone? Sooraj ji, you know, we know for relations and bonds and, you know, everything in a film. But our current generation, you know, maybe a generation lower to me, doesn't know Sooraj ji in this zone. Is this his comfort zone?
It's their loss. Let me be very clear about that. And I don't think that they... Sorry. You,
No.
Did I interrupt you?
Not at all.
Okay. I think to say that their generation does not know, their generation may not know, but that does not take away the greatness of the man.
True.
अब बोलना कि लता मंगेशकर को आज की जनरेशन नहीं जानती है तो इसका मतलब लता मंगेशकर का स्टेटस थोड़ा
No,
कम
as in
हो
the
जाता है.
kind of cinema.
No,
For
I think you
them,
misunderstood.
Yeah.
What you're saying?
I apologize.
they want like the color and the songs.
They want
that kind.
Suraj ji to
Suraj
be
ji
in
का
the
एक
zone that
brand.
he is in.
Yeah.
Is this Suraj ji's
मेरा प्रॉब्लम ये मैं अंग्रेजी में कोई मुझसे सवाल पूछता तो मेरा जवाब गलत हो जाता है.
नहीं ऐसी
मुझे
बात
माफ कर दो मेरे दोस्त, मुझे माफ कर दो.
ठीक है, it's all right.
We
No, I'll tell you. So
paraphrase.
let me get. For Suraj ji also, he kept saying, "It's the first time I'm doing something like first time." One day he came to the van. I said, "The backdrop has changed. Everything about you is in the film, as it was in other films. Goodness, kindness, decency, values,
Relations,
friendship.
yeah.
That's what the backdrops will keep changing.
Yeah.
So it is his comfort zone, in many ways. The fact that we're going
It's
to
about goodness, it's about kindness, it is about compassion, as I said to you, and it's about color also. इससे ज़्यादा colorful क्या हो सकता है?
हम तो black भी पहने तो colorful दिखते हैं.
हाँ, आज तो लग रहा है मैं color blind हूँ.
I fed you that. I fed you that.
Red
line.
color का पहना हुआ है ना? Red checks with blue thing.
नहीं sir, ये
Is this black and white?
Oh, I'm color blind, so that I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
On a serious note,
Yeah, I like your grey shirt.
Yeah. You know, so whenever I see Sikandar's videos, I realize that there's a lot of humor with the two of you. He's just one of the most incredibly funny feeds that there is on Instagram. But you know, just generally also, there's a sense of humor that everyone sort of developed in the world of Bollywood. You have to have it right now.
Yes.
You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It's not like we're going out to make sure that you make 0 crores or 100 crores or 50 crores. You know, you're one of the people who actually has had like lots of hits.
Yes.
So right now you've done a bit of a PhD in the last 3 months.
Yes.
Is it really an insecure time, or do you think this is a very open time for every performer? It's like golf.
No,
open day, but anybody can come and win.
No, first of all, I think that this is a very exciting time for actors, producers, directors, because you can experiment, because the audience is not easily going to be happy with whatever you present to them. The audience has changed, I think, especially in the last 2 years. They're open to world cinema. They have seen in pandemic on OTT platform all kinds of movies, shows. So now you will have to feed them something which they will say emotionally is satisfying, or spectacular in its
Presentation.
presentation. But it's a very exciting time, and we've made great films and bad films all the time. The social media has sort of started affecting our psyche now.
Yeah, Boman sir, I come to that. I mean, everyone seems to have a perspective now. You know, maybe they had a perspective earlier. They didn't have a place to sound it, so maybe they kept it amongst themselves.
Okay.
But now they've got their own perspective, and they're very like yes and no. I've seen it. It's slightly more aggressive take in India, where they can say they like something or they don't like something. Can actors develop a thick skin purely from a performer?
I don't think it's got to do with being thick-skinned or thin-skinned. So if you're saying that what Kher Saab is earlier saying, that now they've seen the world cinema, they've seen Korean films and Palestinian films and what, basically they're looking for quality. So why should we become thick-skinned or thin-skinned? Improve on your quality. Simple. Improve on what they expect you. You can't get away with it anymore. You can't. And I think that improve on your quality, work on your script, work on the presentation has become better as a matter of fact. Because our work on stunt levels, CGI level, it's fantastic.
It's going better and better every day.
Yeah. So what are we lacking then?
But how do you unearth that story? There was an interesting discussion the other day where, whether the younger generation has seen in the 90s, they've not seen. So whether it's a song or a redone script from down south or anywhere, it looks like a brand new thing for them because they maybe not seen it, right?
Right.
That's one thought process. The other thought process is, can you experiment with a brand new script? This is a brilliant script. This is beautiful. I felt really touched with it. This is nice. But my question is, will a producer take a risk? Because you're anyway not sure what's working.
Yeah, at the end of it, if it's a good story, it will work. That's
It
all.
may not make millions,
but it will
but
work.
it'll work.
Truth touches you. Real emotion touches you. Whether it's cinema or whether it's life. अब कमरे में 15 लोग बैठे होते हैं, आप बता सकते हैं ये जेन्युइन आदमी है, ये जेन्युइन है, ये फेक है, ये एटसेट्रा है. तो वो तो अगर है. अब आप बैठ के ये just because you have now a software called movie magic or whatever it is, that I will write the script day, night, location this. It's something much more than that. As a master who conducts these classes, he will tell you more about it. But I think the truth always triumphs. Even as an actor, we know when we are faking it, when we are doing it right emotion. लोग acting की acting करते हैं. It will take a lot of time for actors to reach a status where Mr. Bachchan has been in movies for 50 years.
Yes, correct.
And for him to look at his leg is at least higher than mine. So
you're being modest, so Kher Saab, you have reinvented yourself, and the amount that Boman sir has reinvented his professions is unreal.
What I'm trying to say is the point is 100 सुनार की एक लोहार की. Correct. अगर उनको longevity in your profession is much more important. Unfortunately for today's crop, they will be known by the last film that they produced. But if they continue to be good in that film and the film has not done well, then there is no problem. Then they will continue getting work. But if they are bad in the film and the film is bad, then they've had it.
No saving grace.
अभी कोई माफ नहीं करता है. पहले होता था 15 फिल्में फ्लॉप हो जाती थी, कोई बात नहीं, चलिए 16 फिल्म में कुछ हो जाएगा. अब अगर आपकी एक फिल्म गड़बड़ हो गई तो फिर आपका काफ़ी नुकसान होगा.
This is directed both of you. You've seen so much life experiences also. And you see this kind of film. Are you able to get a genuine tear also if you're watching a scene and all that? Is that happening also now?
I'll make a confession.
Yeah.
So yesterday the song हाँ कर दे,
जिंदगी को हाँ कर दे.
तो मैं अकेले देख रहा था, मैं रोया. फिर मैं मोहन को दिखाया, मोहन देखा. फिर से रोया. Today Mohan walked into the room. He may have thought, that something's going on. So I was holding Zenobia close to me. And he walked in the room and said, sorry. I said, no, it's perfectly okay. We were watching Haan Kar De again. And we were both crying. Why are we crying? Don't ask me. You can't do a science and a breakdown of that. Kyun ro rahe? Because everyone is looking for some purity within themselves. And this, when I see it, I said, I was part of this purity here. And I feel so good about myself. And other people will feel good about it. I'm feeling like crying now.
Yeah.
So what is it? You can't do this with CGI. You can't do this with drone shots. This
also
comes from here.
During the shooting also, and this I say it as a person, not as an actor, because as a person, we have not used glycerine at all.
I'm sure.
हम जब उस शॉट में गए थे जहाँ पर हमने पहली बार एवरेस्ट को देखा था, वी कुड नॉट स्टॉप क्राइंग एज वो शॉट रेडी भी नहीं था तब हमने देखा।
अच्छा शॉट रेडी भी नहीं था सच में, हेलीकॉप्टर से उतरे ऐसे।
I have a confession, sir. Even when I went to Kashmir recently, I was bawling when I went up to Gulmarg.
Correct.
Because the beauty of it, and this has been one of my dreams of all time. I have this fear of heights. So some of my friends have done this base camp trek, and they said, "भाई तू तो थोड़ा तेरा मुश्किल हो जाएगा." But just the idea.
क्यों मुश्किल हो जाएगा?
Because there's lots of these crevasses that you have to walk over, na?
Sir, we did it, sir.
But do you have a fear of heights?
No, but
I have fear of flying.
Flying.
मेरे से ज़्यादा डरपोक आदमी कोई फ्लाइंग में नहीं है। But मैंने
and shamelessly he shows his डरपोकनेस ना। He doesn't get के कोई देखेगा क्या।
मतलब मैं तो एक बार दुबई से आ रहा था बड़े 380 में, परिणीति मेरे साथ बैठी हुई थी, हंस के गिर रही थी because I was holding the cup और मैं cup was going गट and I have done 100 and मतलब more than 1.5 hour helicopter rides. Wow. But that doesn't mean that my fear has gone. It's not gone. But I did it. And when we see this shot of I wonder how did we go there? How did we do that?
Is there a switch on button that happens?
No, it is it's our faith in the maker. It's our faith in the story.
Correct.
It's in the faith in the truth in the characters that we are. That's why this film is special. That's why only when you see the film you will discover what we are talking about. वरना ट्रेलर में आपने बुराई की बात कर रहे थे ना, या नेगेटिविटी, ये ट्रेलर जब से रिलीज हुआ है एंड यू विल नो बेटर देन इट, आप मुझे एक भी नेगेटिव कमेंट दिखा दीजिए इंटरनेट पे कहीं पर भी।
It's a very warm, fuzzy feeling. इसको देखकर ऐसा लगता है it's very nice.
और इसमें वो एंड में जब गाना आता है ये जीवन है, फिर रोना आता है।
अच्छा, let me say something. I don't know, fuzzy feeling can come by looking at a dog or a cat also. वो होता है। This is, I think, a little beyond it. It is people searching for their souls. Even the viewer is saying, I want to be a better person. Because you know where? It's coming from Sooraj ji and the Rajshri band also. Because they have produced, it's not anybody else's film. These gentlemen, over the years, have made these kinds of films. This will touch our hearts.
I think they managed to tick the right box first. I'll tell you, when I see a film with actors like yourselves, it's a class for us. You know, like when you go to the West and you kept talking about De Niro and Al Pacino and all. Honestly, sir, for every person who's not even an actor, it's just a class of how you're, especially someone like you who's portrayed such incredible range of emotions. And like I said, the reinvention is there. With Sir, he's always I remember when I met him for Dawn, and when he had done Dawn, and then I remember seeing Delivery, what was that movie, sir, with Shujoy? Home Delivery. That itself was so incredible. It's always so difficult to reinvent when people start to think of you physically as one kind of person.
Because we have our competition with our own self, na? We are, there is a monster inside us who says, मैं तो नहीं खुश हो रहा है, तूने कर लिया अच्छा, अब इसके अच्छा करके दिखा। तो उसको अच्छा करके दिखाना बहुत ज़रूरी है।
But do you get impressed sometimes now with a shot?
I get very impressed. I get very impressed. I say, हम तो दोनों एक दूसरे क्या shot लिया? हम तो I'm not cynical or I'm not unkind to myself.
Right.
I am very thrilled. अभी डंकी की चोट पे हम बोल रहे हैं पिक्चर रिलीज नहीं हुई है कि हमने कमाल की फिल्म बनाई है। तो वो तो है, उसमें ऐसा मैं उस मॉडेस्ट किस्म का आदमी नहीं हूँ कि भगवान ने करवा दी एक्टिंग। अरे मैंने की है बहुत एक्टिंग।
Can you criticize yourselves, Baban sir? Are you?
घर में 2-3 लोग हैं जो सीधा बोल देते हैं कि क्या बकवास किया, और अपने आप से थोड़ा झूठ बोल सकता है इंसान। जब आपने एक
बार you know we have Bob listen, हमने कहा था I was nominated for a film, so she's looking like that. No, you're not happy, you're not very good. suppose you win, then मतलब you'll go and take the award.
मेरे साथ अब तो खैर वो ट्रायल वायल नहीं होते थे, पर शुरू में जब किरण जाती थी तो थिएटर के बाहर ऐसे जाती थी, ऐसे चलती थी, फिर पिक्चर शुरू हो जाती थी बैठी हुए साथ में, फिर ये यहाँ से अगर पिक्चर में बुरा कर रहा हूँ तो फिर ये ऐसे हो जाएगी, फिर और बुरा कर रहा हूँ तो फिर वो ऐसे हो जाएगी, फिर कहेगी मैं इसके साथ नहीं हूँ, और फिर कहेगी क्या किया तुमने,
ये क्या है,
क्या है ये,
क्या है ये?
तो हमने काफ़ी है, मेरा भाई ऐसा, मेरा बचपन का दोस्त है ऐसा, यार बड़ा बकवास किया तूने, there is no softness in the and mincing of the words. So ऐसे तो दोस्त रहने चाहिए, ऐसे दोस्त चाहिए। हम फिल्म में भी, जिसमें ऊंचाई में भी ऐसे किस्म के दोस्त हैं। One of the joys of this film was to be able to speak to Amit ji बिकॉज उनका नाम फिल्म में अमित श्रीवास्तव है. ए अमित, इधर आना. And to sort of tell him, मेरे सामने से क्या?
And cut.
Can you imagine? Hello sir, sorry sir, मैंने आपको जोर से तो नहीं करा. But ये सब कहाँ होते हैं सब?
I think it is a joy also, and I think when they do watch this also, मुझे लगता है कि जैसे बहुत सारी फिल्में आपको एडवेंचर का एक फील दे देती है. This is sense of purpose also. मुझे लगता है कि बेस कैंप के थोड़े से बढ़ने वाले हैं. मतलब ट्रैफिक माइट इंक्रीज हो
the tourism of Nepal and base camp is
we hope. We hope.
होना भी चाहिए. उन्होंने बहुत they were very much. हम तो फिर भी how we got encouraged was because we saw our light boys, our local support system carrying lights and equipment on those steep mountains was phenomenal. It was phenomenal.
Did you ever have like a बचपन का not dream, one of those little bucket list things? ये
No.
नहीं कभी.
Not this.
Never. Not even in no.
नहीं. Not this. मैं बोलो admire करता हूँ. थोड़ा डर भी लगता है.
Yeah. But when you and the power also of nature, you can feel so much.
But I'll tell you, there's a photograph we have. So shooting, we used to walk about 10-15 kilometers a day.
Yeah.
50-60 floors by in converting to incline. इतना चल के आते थे कर आके फिर शाम को वॉक पे जाते थे. Why are we going for a walk? इतना चलने के बाद.
Why?
I don't know. हम लोग चलते वॉक पे जाते तो वॉक पे चले जाते.
I think environment makes you feel that.
नहीं कि now this is our time now. When we are walking, we are going as Javed and Om. और वो जाके फिर शाम को ऐसे बैठे. You can actually, that's such a beautiful photograph that we actually feel we are touching the Himalayas. We are sitting and we are talking जैसे कि not like old men. I just want to say we never talk like old men.
Right, but there's no energy like old man.
Yeah.
You cliche old man. It's wonderful to be aged.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to be old.
No, but I think there are no cliches left only right now. I think you all have smashed all the cliches. You know, I'll tell you something. There is a generation that for a long time thought एक ढांचे में बैठ के आगे बढ़ना चाहिए ताकि लोग कुछ ना कहें and you are able to become very successful.
I think
that has been smashed.
You are smashed and you are see that मैं इधर 44 की उम्र में एक्टर नहीं बनता 63 की उम्र में डायरेक्टर नहीं बनता. So I don't believe that. That timeline वो मेरे को भी draw करने दो मेरा timeline खुद. Nobody please decide. Sorry for arrogantly.
But basically, you have every right. Both of you all have every right to be arrogant. Just before we leave, sir, if you had to give one little special word to these upcoming boys and girls that are writing,
right,
or you know, even that are looking to make a story, there's always this discussion as to what is the best story that people can hear.
Right.
Should they go out more with the public? Should they hear what they are saying?
Right.
What would you suggest to make a better film? To make a better film, what would you suggest? In your case, you know, to directors also, just for story. In your case, for the writers, because you're brilliant with your writing skills.
I don't think there's any alternate to being genuine. You can't fake emotions. You can't make things but audience को ये अच्छा लगे. आजकल के हो सकता था मेरे में एक phase आज से 10-15 साल था कि let's put it together. You can't fool the audience today. They're very smart and they're very forgiving, not forgiving also.
Are you okay to say this to a director also if he comes and gives a script to you?
I would like to say that. Of course, I say that. Depending on how much money is offered to do that.
That's a caveat. Sir, for you, writing, what should they keep in mind?
I think there are three things. थोड़ा बोलना ज़रूरी है because it's important. One, if you have a good story, it does not necessarily mean it's a good screenplay. Because the story you know in 15 minutes. Why will I sit and watch you for 2 hours? Screenplay writing is very different from story writing. So if you have a good story, make sure they're good. Secondly, it has to have structure.
Yeah.
But thirdly and most importantly, don't make the movie for all audiences anymore.
No buffet service.
No. Make it specifically not even for a particular audience. Don't say I'm making this film because so and so will like it, or my wife will love to see a movie like. No. Make it with the truth of what the characters are going through in the movie, and you can't go wrong.
Golden words. You need to understand it is a niche audience, and the word niche has changed. You don't need to please everybody else. You please a small section, and he's actually been part of that.
No, sir. No, I didn't say that. Be specific to the characters. It might have a 10 times
large range as well. Yeah.
The more specific you make it, the more universal it gets. The more universal you try to make it,
it's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
A la carte menu.
Having said that, talking about niche audiences, there is niche. This is a very huge universal film.
And to be seen on big screen.
And I
बड़ी
think-
सोच
नहीं
मेरा
उससे ज़्यादा I think just watch to learn. Trust me, you need to see great performances to be able to then compare also. And yeah, this is a given.
पहले enjoy the feeling, then you learn.
सब आएगा सर.
पहले viewing में
Watch
feeling
twice.
नहीं
We should watch it twice.
Twice.
It's about time you
Twice
start
में
watching
कुछ
films
नहीं
twice.
होगा सर. Twice में कुछ नहीं होगा. मैं
सीरियसली
लेके twice से कुछ नहीं होगा.
twice the spectacular quality of the film will overpower you. Then each and every character, the way he has woven them, उनकी कहानी है. और ये बढ़ चढ़ के हम इसलिए बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि हमने इस दौर से हम गुजर चुके हैं. हमने इस फिल्म में काम किया है. तो बड़े पर्दे पर मैं इसलिए बोलता हूँ, मैं कल से बोलता जा रहा हूँ कि अगर आपकी सोच बड़ी है तो इसको बड़े पर्दे पर देखिए. सोच छोटी है तो फिर उसका क्या कर सकते हैं.
नहीं, I think we'll go to the big screen for this. हिमालयस देखने और इनको देखना है of course.
नहीं आजकल लोग कहते हैं ना कि अरे जब OTT पे आई देख लेंगे. हट.
वो तो 3-4 महीने के बाद ही करनी चाहिए. That's the only way. I'll see you guys again soon. Like I said, yeah, this days I can have a discussion. I just want to learn and listen. But time is always a constraint. I'll see you again soon. Take care and thank you so much for joining on B4U.